It's time for StoRyvival, and today, on the occasion of Shivaratri, we'll tell you the story behind the origin of Shivaratri. Once upon a time, Lord Brahma went to visit Lord Vishnu. He saw that Vishnu was resting on the serpent Sheshnag and being attended upon by his many attendees. Vishnu did not rise from this restful pose to greet Brahma. Brahma was offended by this and started to fight with Vishnu, first with words, then with weapons. The fight turned serious very quickly and became a battle. All the gods and demigods left whatever they were doing and stood dumbstruck, watching this battle between Brahma and Vishnu. The battle only started to increase in intensity and it worried the gods. And so they ran to Lord Shiva for help. Shiva knew everything that was happening, but when all the gods came to him, he pretended like he knew nothing. The gods prayed to him, beseeched him, and asked him to intervene in the battle between Brahma and Vishnu. Shiva sent some of his followers to see if they could do something. It did not help at all. Then Shiva went there along with his companion Parvati. When he reached the site of the battle, he saw that Brahma and Vishnu had drawn the fiercest weapons that each of them had and they were aiming at each other. If these weapons were released, they could destroy the entire universe. Just then, Brahma and Vishnu released the weapons. The universe and everything in it were in danger. Sensing this danger, Shiva immediately transformed himself into a column of fire and stood between them. The released weapons fell into this fire and got destroyed. The universe was saved. Brahma and Vishnu became curious about this column of fire that had appeared out of nowhere. They could not see the beginning or the end of this column. It seemed to go endlessly into the sky as also into the ground. Vishnu quickly transformed himself into a boar with tusks and started to dig to try and find the base of this column. At the same time, Brahma transformed himself into a swan and started to fly into the sky to try and see the top end of the column. Vishnu dug and dug, but he could see no end to the column of fire. So he came back. Brahma too was flying higher and higher, but he could not see the other end of the column. However, he met a withered ketki or kevda flower on the way. The ketki flower had been there since the creation of the universe, but it had never seen an end to this column. It told Brahma to stop wasting his time and trying to find the end of this column. Brahma thought for a moment and agreed, but he asked the ketki flower to help him. Brahma and the ketki flower went to Vishnu together, and Brahma said that he had indeed seen the end of the column. The ketki flower supported Brahma's claim. But Vishnu had not been able to find the other end of the column of fire. So Vishnu acknowledged Brahma's superiority. However, Shiva knew that Brahma was lying, and this enraged him. He wanted to punish Brahma, so he opened his third eye, and from there appeared the fierce form of Shiva or Bhairav. At that time, Brahma had 5 heads, and in order to punish him, Bhairav severed one of the heads of Brahma. Brahma was filled with fear. Vishnu saw what was happening, and he requested Shiva to spare Brahma's life. Shiva was very pleased with Vishnu for being honest about the column of fire and also for asking forgiveness on behalf of Brahma. So Shiva accorded Vishnu with the same respect and position as himself in the universe. But Brahma was cursed by Shiva. He would always have 4 heads and would never be worshipped. The Ketaki flower, which had been Shiva's favorite until then, was also cursed, and it was never used to worship Lord Shiva ever again. With the battle over and Brahma forgiven, Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu offered Lord Shiva a seat and worshipped him. This was the first time that Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu had seen a manifestation of the Shivalinga in the form of the column of fire and had worshipped Lord Shiva. And that marked the beginning of the celebration of Shivaratri. So that was a story about the origin of Shivaratri. We hope you enjoyed this StoRyvival and will be back soon for more.